My name is Yijiao Evans, and I'm going to be talking about how I got adopted to Canada. I was born in Chengzhou, China, 19 years ago, and I came over at about 11 months. I was adopted by Mary and Peter Evans. They're a tremendously wonderful, old, regular, white couple, and they're doing real well for themselves. Mary and Peter, they met at Queen's University. I think they're both music teachers, and they were both studying music, and they're really hippie and really gross, but they're really happy together. So as the story goes, my parents had one of those old, box televisions, or cube televisions, you know, and it sat on their dresser, and my dad would keep it on at night to watch the news because he's ancient, and it would just leave it on. And so my mom went to bed and fell asleep with the TV on, and it was one of those nighttime documentaries that they throw on because nobody will watch them at any other time. And yeah, so she woke up at 3 in the morning, and it was playing a documentary about the horrible conditions of these orphanages in China, and it talked about the one-child policy and why they were just overflowing with these young girls. In China, genders matter a lot, and so historically, the grandparents would live with the parents, get taken care of, and that kind of thing. So if you had a son, your son would move back in with you after he went away to meet a wife, and they would take care of you as you got older. So if you had a daughter, your daughter would move out of your house and go away with her husband, and you'd be left with no one. So a lot of the time, girls would get left or chosen not to be had or whatever it is, right? So a lot of Chinese orphanages were just overflowing with these young girls that didn't have a place to go. And my mom wanted to do something about it, I guess. From the moment my mom decided to adopt me to the point that they ended up in China, it took about 2 years of constant legal paperwork. And so they filed, and they have to do all of these surveys and registrations, and you have to get bank statements and recommendations and written notices of your character from your employers and all of your neighbors and all of these other things. And my mom was told she would receive a photo in the mail of what her child was going to look like. And so she had been waiting for this letter for 2 or 3 months, and she was real hyped up on it. And she got in the car, was trying to drive home. She called her family, and the boys picked up. She was like, "How are things?" And they talked about their shitty days. And then all of a sudden they're like, "Yeah, and I think we saw a picture of our sister, and she's cute, I guess." And my mom lost it. She was like, "You did what now? What do you mean? What do you mean?" And yeah, they got an earful when they got home. My mom was so upset. She was waiting for forever, and they didn't wait for her to open it. But yeah, I think she wasn't that mad. She was just she was pretty mad. It's a weird feeling. You can't really describe how weirdly lucky you feel to be here. More so than most people, I would say. Because it's almost like you got born twice, right? You got to end up with the family that you were born into, and then you got to end up with another one. And the chances of that seem even more crazy. So yeah, there's a lot of luckiness